Hello students, today is the last class for Living World. In this chapter, I started explaining this chapter by telling what is life. After that, I explained about what are the characteristics of the living organism. In that topic, I explained about both defining characters such as consciousness, metabolism, and cellular organization, and after that, non defining characters such as growth and reproduction. And after finishing this topic, I started what is taxonomy and systematics. In that, I defined taxonomy and systematics, and after that, what are the steps, various steps of taxonomy like identification, nomenclature, and also classification. In that, very detailedly, I explained about what is taxonomic hierarchy, which is a most important topic. And after finishing that, I explained what is species concept, and then according to D Candolle, how the classification it is classified, it is grouped into many types. And after that, what are the various types of taxonomy like omega taxonomy, alpha taxonomy, beta taxonomy. So these are the topics so far we covered, and today is the last topic of living world chapter. Basically, this is a very small chapter, that's why we completed this chapter just in 6 classes. Now, the last topic is taxonomic aids. Here you need to understand what is the meaning of aid. Aid means it's a tool. For example, I'll just tell for your example. If I'm taking class in the classroom, if I am taking class in the classroom, I use marker and board. So for me, the work I am doing is teaching. For teaching, what all the tools I'm using, they are called as aids. What are the aids I'm using? For teaching, I'm using marker and also board. So these are my teaching aids. Now in that classroom, after I teach, you start copying whatever I wrote on the board. Now for your work is listening and understanding the lesson. For that, what are the tools you are going to utilize? Book and also your pen, pencil, whatever it may be, and these are called your tools. So when we are participating in some work, and to finish that work, what are the things you are using to finish that work? All the things will be called as aids. Now, what is the meaning of taxonomic aids? For tax, what is the meaning of taxonomy? Identification of organism, nomenclature of the organism, and also classification of that organism. So for this taxonomy, what are the aids, that means tools you are using, and that tools are called as taxonomic aids. So let us see what is the definition. All the collections of actual live specimens are preserved specimens, that means alive, that means organisms which are alive, whereas preserved means after their death, their dead bodies are also preserved. So, for identification, actual live specimens are preserved specimens which help in the identification and also verification of various types of species, and they are called as a taxonomic aids. Hope you understand what is the meaning of definition. This definition means taxonomic aids definition. It is clearly stating that you are collecting either living, that means alive organisms, or dead organisms, and you will preserve it. You will keep it in a place for identification for rest of the people, and that identification by using either live specimen or by using the dead specimens, and that process, that tools, they are called as a taxonomic aids. Hope you got it now. Now in this particular topic, we are going to explain about various taxonomic aids. They are botanical gardens, herbarium, monographs, museums, zoological parks, and manuals, flora and keys. So these are the various taxonomic aids. which are used for identification and also classification of the organisms. Now let us take one after one, then we will understand more clearly. Yes. So this is a first taxonomic aid, that is museums. I think many of you went to museums. So for example, I'll tell you just example के लिए some museum will be there. In that some kingdom ka remnants will be there. Like one king is there where he lived in some 16th century or 15th century, whatever it may be. Now that particular king's a sword and also clothes and also the tools what he used, and his what I call images, and also his kingdom ka images, and they will be placed in a museum, so that of course that king is not alive now, but by seeing that collection you can understand what is that king and what is the greatness of that king and how he ruled this his country or whatever the kingdom. So actual person is not there, but still you can be able to make out what kind of person he is, then that is called as a museum. If this example, if you implement it in taxonomic aids, for example, if any organism is dead, it's a rare organism, then the dead body of that particular organism, it may be animal or it may be a plant, you will preserve it for the future generations for identification, then that is called as museum. Hope you understand. Now let us take the definition. Museum is the place where we will collect the preserved animals or plants for taxonomic studies, and then that is called as museum. Whereas हर एक वर्टिकल specimen का नीचे or side में you will see the correct identification name and also its labeling and also where from where it got. So all the information it will be mentioned, so that you can be able to understand what type of species it is and where it is exactly from. Every detail, every single detail you will come to know by seeing that particular preserved organism. Now studying about museums, it is called as museology. Of course it's not that important, but still a part of information I'm giving you. Studying about museums called as museology, where let us take some famous museums of taxonomy in India. Natural History Museum located at Mumbai, whereas Geological Survey of India at Jodhpur and Kolkata, whereas Government Museum at Chennai, and Museum of Vadodara is also like it is having good collection, but it is not itna famous, but still it is present in India. That's why we are reading it. But considerably convincingly a good sort of collection you can be able to notice in Museum of Vadodara also. So these are some important museums of taxonomy in India. Now let us take one more taxonomic aid. Hope you understand, students. Very simple, otherwise I'll just give half minute review recap on this. Museum means this is a place where the dead organisms, that includes animals and also plants, they will be collected, either the fossils or the parts of this plant or animal, they will be collected at a place and given with the details. So whenever you enter into that particular room or that particular museum, by seeing that what you call images and all, you will understand what exactly that organism is. Now studying about museum is called as museology. And if you take some famous museums in India, Natural History Museum at Mumbai, and Geological Survey of India at Jodhpur and Kolkata, and Government Museum at Chennai, and Museum at Vadodara, which is a convincingly good museum. It is also having good collection. So hope you understand what is museum. Now let us take second taxonomic aid, that is herbarium. Herbarium, actually in my childhood I did it, and right now you are also doing. For example, if any good flower is there, what you do, children, you tell me, you put it in the book, and then after few days when you open that book, you can see that plant or that particular flower, it is completely dry, and that that making the dry specimens, that is only called herbarium. And it is a practice which is doing by which is done by you. Actually, you children, you are doing it actually. If you find any interesting what you call flower or any interesting plant, you will keep it in between the pages, and after few days when you open it, you can see this herbarium is ready. So that only it is called herbarium. But of course, in herbarium it will be like in a wide scale में करता है. So a collection of plants that have been dried, that means they must be dried, pressed and preserved on sheet. That means herbarium, it that means the dried plant or plant part we will stick on a paper sheet so that we can preserve it. Hope you understand. So the collection of plants that have been dried, pressed, and preserved on the sheets and are arranged according to the system of classification for identification. And this is called as herbarium. Hope you understood what is herbarium. Otherwise, just a small recap I'll give you. I found one interesting plant. Now I will collect that plant and I will open a book. In the middle of that book, I'll put this live specimen, the living plant, and then I will close that book. And after 10 days, the plant it will be pressed up and it becomes completely dried. So after 10-15 days, I'll open that book. Then I can see this particular plant, it is pressed and completely dried. Now, this dried and completely pressed plant, I will take one sheet, paper sheet. On that I'll put some what you call fevicol or feviquick, and I'll paste it on that sheet, and I'll keep it for identification. And that only I am calling it as herbarium. So simple. Now, students, these all steps only for your understanding. Never single point of this also do not come in your exam, but you should know how this herbarium it will be prepared. Just for your overall understanding or idea, I am telling all these points, but please don't read all these points. Just read for your understanding and forget about it. Herbarium, how we will prepare. So steps in the preparation of herbarium. First, take a field trip. That means you go to nearby forest or nearby a place where the plants, rare plants are there, and you collect that particular plants or parts of that plant, like in a polythene bag or a special box called as viscum. Of course, sorry, visculum. So by any means, just to take polythene cover and bring that plants, there is no problem. After that, you take some newspapers, and in that newspapers keep these particular live plants, and then they become dry after few days. And then you take this dried plants and you take a herbarium sheet which is available in the market. Don't imagine too much when I'm calling herbarium sheet. Herbarium sheet means a just white paper. But what makes the difference between white paper and herbarium sheet means herbarium sheet can niche, that means completely down to the page, you can be able to see some details. This plant belongs to this area. This plant, from where it is collected, who collected it, from where he collected it, all the details will be there. That is the only difference between normal paper and herbarium paper. There is nothing else. Don't imagine much, students. So herbarium sheet means it's a normal paper, but in that normal paper, some to fill the details, some columns will be there, that too in the corner, in the down corner. That is the meaning of herbarium sheet. And after you stick, you spray some fungicide, like mercury chloride or DDT, so that this plant never gets spoiled. And keep it keep some seeds or flowers in a packet and attach to that. And then you keep it for identification. In that particular sheet, you will mention what is its locality and who collected it, and date and time of collection, and the common name, it's a vernacular name is a local name, and it's a binomial nomenclature name, that means scientific name, and what is its classification. So all this information you will mention, so that when you see that particular dry specimen, you will understand, from this is a place where I got this plant, and this is the texture or this is the shape of this plant. Every detail you will understand. Now let us take, and again I'm telling you, I already told, but again I'm telling you, these all the points are for your understanding. Don't read them. By reading this, you don't get any extra benefit. Only herbarium definition and some important herbaria. So this only you have to read from this. Now let us take some famous herbaria. Museum of Natural History, which is located at France, whereas British Museum of Royal Botanical Garden, located at England, whereas Central National Herbarium, located at Kolkata, whereas Herbarium of Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, and Herbarium of Department of Botany, which is located at Vadodara University. Of course, Vadodara University located at Vadodara. So these are some famous herbaria, and this you need to remember, and definition you need to remember. Students, hope you got it. Now let us take one more taxonomic aid. Okay, now the other taxonomic aid is botanical garden. Botanical garden means in this living plants will be collected. Let us take if you go to botanical garden, and there you can be able to see so many plants. Some rare plants are there, or some endangering plants are there. Hope you know what is the meaning of endangering plants. Endangering plants means the plants in near future they are going to extinct, and that particular nearly extincting plants, they are called as endangering plants. So these endangering plants, and also rare species, and also economically important plants, we all collect, and then if we are growing in a place, then that is called as botanical garden. Now this botanical garden can be defined as collection of living plants mentioned as a reference for identification and classification. So this is called as botanical garden, where botanical garden it consisting of a natural and also economical references system for taxonomic studies. That means what is their natural process, natural culture, and also their economic. That means how important they are, medicinally important or high yielding plants. Everything it will be mentioned in botanical garden studies. That means taxonomic studies. Whereas according to International Directory of Botanical Gardens, published by Henderson in 1983, he documented around 800 important botanical gardens. But all we can't read. That is the reason why we are taking most important botanical gardens. Hope you understand, students, what is botanical garden. Botanical garden means you will collect good a number of plants which are rare plants, or some plants may be medicinally important plants, and some plants may be endangering plants, and you will take it in one place, and that place where the plants are grown in a special care, that only it is called as botanical garden. Hope you understand now. Let us take what are some important national, or sorry, botanical gardens. The first one is Royal Botanical Garden, located at England, and New York Botanical Garden, located at United States of America, whereas Indian Botanical Garden, which is located at Kolkata, whereas National Botanical Research Institute, which is located at Lucknow, and the next one is Lloyd Botanical Garden, which is located at West Bengal, Darjeeling, whereas Botanical Garden Wagi, obviously in the name itself, Wagi Botanical Garden, so in Wagi itself, and Wagi is a place, it belongs to Gujarat state. So these are some important botanical gardens. Hope you got my point. What is botanical garden? Now we are reading very important topic, that is germ plasm collection, or you can also call it as a germ plasm bank. So simple. What is germ plasm bank? Let us see. Collection of good quality seeds. Please understand, one plant is there, super good quality plant. That means it is a plant which is highly disease resistant, and it is a plant which is producing very good yield, and it is highly disease tolerant, and it is having all the good qualities. Now such a plant, I don't want to lose it, but every organism one day or other it has to die. That is a nature rule. That's why what I'll do now, I will collect the seeds of this best quality plant, and I will store it for future use. Hope you understood what is the meaning of germplasm collection. Germplasm collection means collection of seeds collection of seeds of a very best and good quality of plant and storing it for future generation, and that only you are calling it as a germplasm bank. Students, hope you understood what is the meaning of germplasm bank. And very very important question germplasm bank is. So you need to take a special care when you are reading germplasm bank. Now next botanical sorry next taxonomic aid is zoological park. Zoological park means you just understand what is botanical garden. Collection of the plants in a place and taking care, like that. Zoological park means collection of various wild animals or normal domesticating animals in a place, and you create a place which exactly similar to their actual habitat. Like one tiger is there, and that tiger, it is very rare in that particular forest. Then what you do, you will collect the 2 3 tigers which are rare, and you will create one area exactly similar to the forest. Hope you are understanding. That means it is taken from the forest, and we are introducing that particular tiger in a place where the exactly it is similar to the forest. That means you are recreating a kind of atmosphere. It should not miss, or it should not feel that I am placing from one place to another place. It should feel I'm in the same habitat. Hope you got my point. See, this is called as zoological parks. Zoological park means the places where wild animals are protected under the conditions similar to their actual conditions. Then that is called as zoological parks. And zoological parks are many. That's why we can't be able to read that many zoological parks. That's why we are reading only like few, like which are very very important. Safari park, which is at Gir. Actually this is a very famous one. And also Sakarbag, which is present at Junagadh. And zoological parks are located at Ahmedabad and also Vadodara, and also Indora Park, which is at Gandhinagar. And these are the zoological parks located at Gujarat state. And remaining other parts of the country also, there are many zoological parks are there. National Zoological Park, New Delhi, whereas Rani Jijamata Udyan Zoo, and which is located at Mumbai, whereas the Nehru Zoological Park, Hyderabad. And also this Himalayan Zoological Park, which is at Gangtok. And also Trivandrum Zoological Park, obviously in Trivandrum. And also Aringar Anna Zoological Park. Of course, this is Tamil na, that's why Aringar Anna ऐसा थोड़ा words रहेगा. So Aringar Anna Zoological Park, Chennai. So these are some, I'm telling you, some zoological parks which are important. Of course, there are many zoological parks are there, but these are some zoological parks. Hope you understand what is zoological park. Now let us take the other taxonomic aids also. The first one is monograph. Monograph means it is a information available about only one family or only one genus. Monograph means it is a book. In that book, I will completely explain about only one family. Let us take just example. I'm telling Felidae family. What is the meaning of Felidae family? All the cats, like a domesticating cat and also wild cat, and also tigers and also lion, and these are all actually belongs to cat family, Felidae family. Now I made a book called as like a Felidae. That means in that particular book I'll explain about only that particular Felidae family, nothing else. Let us take a plant example also. Let us take one family name is Solanaceae, or let us take Fabaceae. That means in that hope you know what is Fabaceae. Fabaceae means bean family. All the beans and dals, whatever you are having. For example, lunchtime may you are having some dal, and the dal, it belongs to actually Fabaceae family. And if you are having some beans, and almost all the beans, they belongs to Fabaceae family only. So if I make a book only on Fabaceae family, then that is called as monograph. Mono, that means single. Only single family or single genus if I am explaining in form of a book, then that is called as monograph. Hope you understand. Now, the next one is what is flora? Flora means it is an actual description of the habitat and also distribution of the habitat, and I'm sorry, I repeated it, of plants in a given area. I'm really sorry, I'll just let me correct it. Yes, now it is correct. Now, flora means it consisting of a proper description of habitat and distribution of plants in a given area. That means in flora, I will take one area. In that area, what are the plants and which type of plants are present? According to that, if I make a book, then that is called as flora. Hope you understood what is flora. Flora means one area में how the plants are distributed and what kind of habitat is established, then that is called as flora. And flora of British India and flora of Delhi, so these are important floras. Okay, now let us take manuals. Manuals means these are the what I call information. This is information containing complete information about particular area and description of families, genera and species, so this is called as manual. And even in market also many manuals are available. A particular area mein which type of plants are there, which type of species are there, and complete description if I give, then that is called as a manual. Where, and that is for you easy identification. Even for example, if you go to normal botanical tour also, they will give you one manual. We are going to, let us take Kashmir. In Kashmir, this type of plants are available. So like that we will give manuals. And the last one, it is nothing but key. Key is basically an analytical device. What is exactly, I'll tell you. I identified one organism. Now I wanted to name it. If I wanted to identify and name, what I'll do, this organism I compare with already existing organism. So when I'm comparing this newly identified organism with already present organism, obviously I'll make some similarities and I'll also make some dissimilarities. Hope you understood. Now, based on this particular similarities and also dissimilarities, if I group an organism, and that is called as key. In key, this similarity and dissimilarity together, it is called as couplet. Hope you understood what is the meaning of couplet. Couplet means when I am describing one organism, I'll take one similarity and also one dissimilarity. And by taking this particular similarity and dissimilarity, I can be able to identify the organism in a best way. And that is called as couplet. Hope you understood. Whereas in this, every point I am mentioning to identify that organism, every point it is called as lead. So every single point it is called as a lead. Hope you understood what is key. Again I'm telling you, key means if I identify any new organism, what I'll do, I will compare this new organism with already known organism. Then I'll get some similarities and then I'll get some dissimilarities. Now that dissimilarities and similarities, it is called as couplet. And every point I write for that identification of that organism, it is called as one lead. Hope you got my point. This is called as key. So with this we completed taxonomic aids, and thereby we also completed this chapter. Now I'll, in the next video I'll come up with next chapter, that is biological classification. Hope you understand, students. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, we'll meet with the next chapter in the next class. Okay, thank you so much.